Welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday. Wait, let me get my Sims 2 soundtrack on. Hello. We're gonna play some Sims 4 today. I'm gonna work on trying to finish the Vineyard build that I started last week. The one that I was supposed to do yesterday, and then I built a lighthouse instead. Yeah, that one. We're gonna try and finish that one. That's the plan. Let me get into the right save so that we can pull it up and everything. This is going to be, so most of what we have left to do is the furnishings of it. And I don't really know what to expect for like how long it's gonna take. Cause we did like bare bones layout of some tables and stuff, but we didn't like actually decorate it. We kind of just like figured out where they were gonna go. So I don't really know what's gonna happen today, but we'll see. Should be an interesting stream. But again, hello. How has your day been today, chat? Anyone do anything fun? Probably not, because it's like the middle of the day on a Friday for most of you, probably. You're like, yeah, I'm at work, probably. You're currently working. Yeah, yep. That makes sense. You bought your first car yesterday. Oh, that's fun. That's really exciting. Congratulations. That is quite the accomplishment. Was it scary? You know when you like make a big purchase, it's like a really big deal and like a big thing to be proud of, but oh my god. Isn't that scary? Yep. Yep. You ate sushi. Oh, that's fun. That's a good one. You studied, sad face. Yeah, that's less fun. I'm sorry. You met a friend back from high school? Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen anybody that I was friends with in high school in years. I'm bad about that. I only had like 2 friends in high school, and it's hard when you like don't live nearby and stuff, you know, like hard to make happen. But you're studying, it's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You had oatmeal for breakfast? That's something to celebrate. That's a big one. That's fun. I like oatmeal. I think oatmeal is probably my breakfast of choice. Either oatmeal or a bagel. How about you, Chad? What would you choose? You finished knitting a sweater? That's also fun. That's cool. I don't know how to knit. A lot of bagel people? Okay. Whenever I start stream, I feel like I'm just trying to kill time until like more people are around, and like, because I don't want to start building until like notifications have gone out and stuff. So I feel like I'm just sat here like, I'll just be saying anything. Banana and a flapjack is the best breakfast. You know what Dan is mad about? Dan is angry that you can't find flapjacks, the kind of flapjack he wants in America. Because, and maybe I'm stupid for this, but in my mind, a flapjack is like a pancake, right? To Dan, it's like a granola bite or something. Let me see if I can find a picture. This was a real shocking, it's a baked bar, similar to an American granola bar or oat bar. But that's not like what I would never have guessed that. But Dan is angry that we don't have flapjacks. But yeah, here, that means pancake, but not for him. Not for him. It's like some sort of oat granola. Picture like a granola bar here. I just Googled flapjack British. But this is what he's talking about. Can he order them? I mean, we could probably just make some. I don't think that he actually minds that much. I think that it's more like the principle of the thing. Like, if you're used to being able to just go to the store and get this kind of thing and then you can't anymore, it's annoying. And I get that. There's always like, I feel like when you move to a new country, there's always gonna be like the weirdest little like culture shocks and things that make you miss home. And you're just gonna complain about it because it's different and feels weird. I think this is just one of those things to him. Like, it's not the biggest of deals, but it's just one of those like, this is a weird thing about America for him. Yeah, you could find this kind of thing. Like, there are oat bar type things here too, but they don't call them this and stuff. So, anyway, they're probably pretty easy to make. But yeah, we have this kind of thing. It just wouldn't be called a flapjack at the grocery store. syrup, oats, and butter, essentially. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a micro culture shock. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Just those little things that... It's a weird adjustment to move to a new place. Dan has actually been in America for exactly 4 years. He came here on the 30th of July 4 years ago. But it's been exactly 4 years that he's lived here. Somebody said, I'm so sorry. They're talking to somebody else, but that in the context is so funny. Dan's lived in America for 4 years. Wow, I'm so sorry. No, time flies though. I can't believe that either. It's very strange. Congrats to him and also sorry. Yeah, still applies, yeah. I mean, yeah. No, I still kind of can't believe that. It's weird because I feel like if I were to, I don't know, maybe it feels more like half that time that he's been here. But then I think more about it and I'm like, well, no. 4 years. We go back to the UK. He's been back to the UK a little bit more than I have in the past couple years, which makes sense. Like he went back in May. But we're going in August because his cousin is getting married. You know what is so weird? I feel like I've told a story before, but it's been a while. Really weird small world story. Dan's cousin went to school with Steffo Sims, who's like one of my very best friends. Obviously, we did not know that. Like, I didn't meet him because of that or anything. But when me and Dan first started dating, Steph was, like, stalking him on the internet. Like, who is this Dan person, you know? And she's like, why do we have, like, a million mutual friends? Like, we have multiple mutual friends with me and him. She looks it up. It's because her and her cousin, her Steph and his cousin went to school together. Strange. They didn't really know each other that well. But you know when you just, like, have classmates, like, that you remember from school? Yeah. Weird. But as you should stalk your friends' partners like that. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. But I love a coincidence like that. It's just such a funny, like, what are the chances, you know? It's mandatory to stalk your friends' partners. It's important research. Genuinely. You need to figure out who they are. Especially if it's like some random guy from a different country. Even more so. Even more so. We gotta know who this person is. Okay, anyway. Let me give you a little rundown of the build real quick. So I have built the majority of the exterior of this already. I built it like last week. I forget what day, maybe like Wednesday or something. Is when I built this last week. It's sort of supposed to be a vineyard in Tartosa. We're on a 50 by 40 lot in Tartosa, which is the Wedding Stories world. As you can see, there's no terrain paint yet. We haven't done that yet, but I will. I just haven't yet. But there's like lots of grapevines outside. There's gonna be kind of a cute little seating area outdoors. And then right now it's classed as a lounge, but I'm trying to make it functional as both a lounge and a restaurant. Because I wanna be able to have your Sims come here and like get a drink, buy some dinner. So we have like dining room tables. There's a bar in here. This is gonna be sort of like a stage section. There's a couple bathrooms. It's obviously not fully furnished. Upstairs, this is the kitchen for the restaurant part. This is gonna be like a classroom. So you could take like nectar making classes or something of the sort. And then the basement's gonna have like a wine cellar. So that's sort of the vision for the place. But we have to do basically all of the furnishing and like all of the detailing and stuff. Well, I've made a vineyard before, but not in Tartosa, Kat. I've built like a horse ranch vineyard, which is a totally different vibe. Like, that is very like yeehaw, and this is not, I wouldn't use the word yeehaw to describe this. So I've done a vineyard, yeah, but this one is not the same. I've also never done a vineyard that's a restaurant. I've done a vineyard that's like a wedding venue before. And I did a vineyard small business where you could like take classes, but this one's kind of a different vibe because it's supposed to be a restaurant. I'm not gonna make it a wedding venue. This was like an intentional choice to not make it a wedding venue because I have built vineyard wedding venues more often. Like that's, when I do a vineyard, I've always put a wedding arch there somewhere, like every time. And so I thought that like this time we should not, because I've done maybe like 3 or 4 vineyards now of varying scale and style and stuff, mostly in Horse Ranch and Chestnut Ridge, but yeah, I decided on purpose to not put one here. I understand why people want a wedding arch, and it's in the Wedding Stories world, so it makes sense, but there are other wedding venues in here, so. This is the roof texture from Jungle Adventure, this one, and these are Wedding Stories windows. Oh, we do the other side, a funeral area. Honestly, No, like, genuinely, that's not a bad idea. Wait, maybe you're onto something about that. I did put a small wedding space in the build that I did yesterday. I built like a lighthouse park thing yesterday, and there's a wedding arch in there, so. There, all the things are covered. Renee Rapp reposted your video today? Oh my god. That's cool. I don't know if you can hold funerals at restaurants, but again, I'm trying to make it like a restaurant and a lounge. You can't have them both at the same time in The Sims, but it has all the lot requirements for both on purpose, and you can hold funerals at lounges, so you could just like swap it, you know? With Brock and Cully's luck, we might need it sooner rather than later. Oh my god. It's true. My Sims are in danger with what's been going on lately. Okay. Shall we begin? Oh, chat's gonna get mad about my bot. Hold on, I'll do that first. Sometimes my mods update the Y command when I forget, but not today. It's not that big of a deal, but Vineyard in Tartosa with I don't know how to say this. That's both a lounge and a restaurant. Okay. Let me put an emote next to it too. Here we go. I'm alone, I'm all alone. Well, actually, Tilly, I'm here. And I'm a mod too. So. Okay. Let me get another OBS open as well. And then we should be all set. Come on. It's like not wanting to load. Hurry up. Here we go. And recording. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, time to lock in, chat. Let's start with, maybe I'll start with the basement. This will be fun. I think it'll be an exciting change to start down here. So we'll do that first. I think I'll use the same cobblestone. Maybe I'll get this railing. Doesn't that seem nice? You think Snap counts herself too? Snap's also a mod. She's not a very good one, but yeah, she's also a mod. That makes sense to me. Okay, so down here, we can put some things in. Like, I didn't use this upstairs, but we can put it down here. This, like, horse ranch bar back. What do you mean Snap isn't good? She screams at chat all the time. That's true. She, Snap is good about making sure people listen. She makes sure that her, wishes are known and that chat follows her orders. I think I'll use that color. Snap is a very strict mod. She takes her job seriously. Do you think they can still use that one if I have this like right here? I kind of feel like it won't work because it's probably kind of tight. I can scoot it back, then they should be able to use it still. Maybe I should put all wood walls down here instead. I don't know. I want it to feel kind of fancy. That still fits with the style though. And of course you can woohoo down here. You know, Faye, I've been talking about wanting to redo the new goth house for a while and I haven't gotten to it yet. So maybe at some point. I don't really, like, when people ask me, like, any plans to do a build like this anytime soon, I don't, like, plan out the builds that I'm gonna do for, like, the next month. You know, like, because sometimes, like, inspiration strikes. And then I just feel like I want to do this build this day, you know? So I don't usually have, like, a list of, I'm gonna do this day, and then that the next day, and then that the next day for, like, a whole month's worth of streams. It's kind of vibe-based with builds. So I don't really ever, to answer your question, I don't really ever have plans to do any certain build on stream. Not in a bad way, but it's like, usually I plan things out like a week in advance. Cause like, what if I mean, even just yesterday I changed my mind and built something that I hadn't planned on doing. because sometimes I just want to play Sims. My streams are kind of just me playing Sims. Oh, we could use this little sign somewhere. I like it. It's cute. Maybe we could have this like sign right next to this because it's kind of like maybe they're displaying some of their nectar. Is it storming bad where you are? Really? It's actually not stormy right now. Where I am. It's kind of cloudy though, which is like a welcome change compared to how it's been recently. It's been horrible. The past couple weeks, this past week especially, it's been so hot here. You know it's bad when it's like there's been a heat wave in Florida, like it's been so bad. I mean it's been really hot in a lot of places, but ugh. The humidity is just, it's killer. It's very unpleasant. Okay, let's put a couple of these in here. And maybe I should have put more like yeah, maybe we should extend that right there. I don't know. You hate summertime? No, me too. I don't like the summer either. It's so unpleasant. It's my birthday month now, so I have to pretend that I'm happy about it. We have to just pretend that we like it because I love August in Florida. It's so nice out right now. I just love it. We could probably use some of these upstairs. Maybe that would make me feel better about it all. What the heck? It deleted my archway. Oh, you know what? It probably did that when I moved the walls downstairs, right? I feel like that would make sense. You know what? Maybe I will put... Oh, what if we tried to make like our own separate, like what if we put like a cellar sort of room and we had all these things, like the bottles on display, like in a separate storage room of some sort. Maybe I would like that better. I think that's better. Just got a cold from the Midwest. Feel like you've been resurrected. I'm so glad that it's nicer. I'm so glad that you get to have that. Seriously, like, that is a blessing. You need that. Oops. I'm gonna put this up against the wall perfectly. Okay. Wine cellar. I'm gonna shrink this and then we'll put that like all black wallpaper around it. Okay. Maybe we could have like a wall plant. I know I was using a little bit of, oh, this. I had this a couple times upstairs. We could try and bring that down here. Continue the vibes of it. Maybe there could be a couple tables in the basement. What do you think about that? I don't know. Why tables? Because then it could be like a wine tasting room. Yeah, like bar height tables. Oh, see, that would be good. Couple of bar height tables. Which ones? These ones are cool. Literally a couple of them though. Like two. Two of them will be good. Imagine how nice it would be down here in the summer. Oh God. I'm so jealous. You're right, it would be so nice down here in the summertime. It's probably nice and cool in here. Upstairs, everything is like such light colors. I think it's kind of interesting that downstairs it's all much darker. Does it look cool like that? Okay, so you can do some tastings in this room. Maybe we put like a menu board. Well, we're still that's not, I'm not gonna separate the tables and the machines. This room's primary purpose is to have the machines. The tables are like a little bonus for people who are really into it. The main point of this room is to have the nectar machines though. So I'm not gonna switch that up. Is that properly centered? I think so. I think I need to bring a sim here so I can change the lighting color again. Travel. Let's bring Stanley. They're for sitting in between grape stopping. Yeah, that's good. Like, you know, if you get tired from making all of your nectar. But yeah, it's kind of like requesting the chef's table and they have you like sit inside of the kitchen. Like, that's kind of the energy that I'm going for with this. Okay. Bit of a warmer light down here. Make the candles brighter. More yellow, I guess. That's good. Do you think there should be anything else down here? I mean, I don't really even know what you would need in the basement. It's mostly just a place to be making the nectar. Of course he has an ailment. Oh yeah. This Stanley does have an ailment. Try not to dwell on it too much. No, he doesn't look too good. I think he's like purple, isn't he? Oh, even worse. Yeah, no, he looks awful. A shower because they get stinky? Well, I guess we could do that. I know we had kind of talked about that. The thing about putting a shower in the basement is that I just don't really like the look of that kind of thing. Like, I don't really... Because it's not necessary in The Sims, and then like storyline wise, I don't really want to have a shower in my restaurant, so then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do it. But I don't know. Should I get like a plaque? You know how yesterday we were using so many plaques? Oh, you know what else we could put is like a fire extinguisher? No, I'll put a plaque instead. The plaque is cooler. That's about like the age of the nectar that they're currently aging. This flooring is Jungle Adventure that you're seeing in here. All right, let's try and figure out the upstairs a little bit more because we do not have like any of the actual decor sorted upstairs yet. It's just tables for now. We have to really lock in to finish the rest of it. I'm trying to decide because I kind of want to have curtains, but I'm trying to decide what kind of curtains I want to use. Okay, hear me out on this. Even in that color, because it has like the beautiful purple. I actually think that's kind of nice with matching the flowers. What do you think about that? These are from Enchanted by Nature. I haven't used them in this way yet. I think they look really good on the windows from Wedding Stories. I am pleasantly surprised by that. Okay, I think that I need to raise these up just a little bit more, one higher than I have been doing. What do I think of the pack now that it's been out for a bit? Enchanted by Nature? I think it's one of the worst packs that's come out in the past couple years. I think that it's maybe not their finest work. That's not really a changed opinion from how I felt when it first came out, though. It's not the worst Sims pack, but I think they've definitely been kind of on a roll recently with packs, and this is a departure from that. Those are at different heights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then, is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I just think that it had some issues. And it's like, maybe not the most... I think that they like spread their ideas a little bit thin. In similar to how they did like, maybe like Island Living isn't their best work because it's like a bunch of cool concepts, but not like thoroughly, fully executed. It's really dragged down by ailments too. The ailments are just... okay. Yeah, the fairies are so cool. It's more like, the fairies aren't bad themselves. Like, the apothecary career isn't bad itself. But then there's weird things like the lack of landscaping and like just some like weird little things that make me not love the pack compared to some other packs that have come out lately that I have loved, you know? Because I loved Life and Death and I loved Businesses and Hobbies, so the bar is just really high. Maybe get some more plants in here. Trying to decide how I feel about this thing, but maybe I don't know. Maybe that's fine right there. I always make you want to commit and get Horse Ranch. Horse Ranch is like one of my favorite packs I ever made. Horse Ranch I did not expect to like I do. I really, I was very pleasantly surprised by Horse Ranch. That pack was, it's one of their best, honestly. Love Horse Ranch. With all my heart, love Horse Ranch. It's amazing. That might be kind of a controversial opinion. I'm not sure if everybody feels that way, but I feel that way about Horse Ranch. I love it. Maybe I'll do opposite. I'll put this thing over here and I'll put this piece of art on the side. I'm not really sure what to do about the area around this. You know what I mean? Maybe it'd be better if I scooted it over a little bit more even. I have to alt place these. Oh, we could do some more of the barrels. There's also like, I don't know, there's some stuff like this. Like nectar displays that might be kind of cool. I don't really know if I like them though. Horse Ranch is mid to you. That makes sense. I mean, everybody has, this is the thing, right? Like there's no right or wrong answer to the best pack question. Like everybody is gonna have completely different feelings about that because my favorite pack could easily be your least favorite pack. You know, like it all just comes down to what an individual person prefers for their gameplay, and like it's very individual in people's preferences. So now that I've scooted it over, I think there probably could be another little bit of seating. No. No. Horse Ranch, what do you have for me? These chairs are from Lovestruck, The ones that I'm using right there. Everything's kind of like, it's almost got a little bit of a like modern sort of vibe to it. There's a piano over here, yeah, on the stage. So I don't really want to put one in here. What if I had a... Okay, here's an idea. I wonder if we put that much further over. And then if we had this sort of closed in, dare I say, I might even put another one of these little venue closets by the bar. Because another woohoo closet, like, you can't really go wrong with that. Maybe I could just do a couple barrels again. Glass walls and wine racks behind it. We do have some things like that. There's like, well, this is an olive oil rack, actually, not a wine rack. But Dine Out has some interesting things like that too. So you're suggesting that we put like, you know how people have like wine storage in their house and they have like a glass case and like a bunch of wine racks on the inside of it? Is that kind of what you're picturing we do instead? Ooh, this is really lovely. I'm gonna try that somewhere. There's like really fancy nectar shells, but I don't really know about the modern glow of it all. These are the ones that I feel like maybe you were talking about. Oh, hi Dizzy, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. I'm trying to build like a really fancy restaurant and like lounge type of space. See, we could do something like this and have them stored in there. That is very interesting because I actually like that better than I thought I would. Okay. Maybe it works. I guess that door is gonna have to stay. I can make this darker. Or, well, we probably could just put like a solid wood around it. That feels kind of cool. Oh, good job, Tilly. That's like character development, you know? Okay. Don't really like those like that. I mean, part of me thinks that maybe I shouldn't add anything extra into this room. I'm also kind of struggling with this having the yellow. I don't really want to use the horse ranch one instead, but I don't really like the yellow curtains that were on it. So, where does that leave us? I know I was really adamant about wanting to use that one in our last stream of this build, like when I first started it. We talked a little bit about using this one from Life and Death too. This Life and Death one has skulls on it, which is really quite something. But that's not a bad thing. There was discussion of this becoming like a funeral space earlier, wasn't it? So we talked about that. We can continue it on. Should I have put two? Maybe I'll put two of these bookshelves. Maybe I can like... do you think it needs to have the extra chair, or is it better without it and just more of the wood? feels nice. I mean, the couch could be under the painting instead. I really, I feel like the couch itself is kind of asymmetrical, which is why I was putting it separate. Hi, cat scratching her chair. This could be scooted over too. It could be rearranged to be more like this instead. I do kind of like how the chair looks when it's in front of the bookshelf. It's kind of nice. Oh, cat cam. Okay, well, I like how this room looks so far. What? Okay, no cat cam. I like how the room looks so far. I think that it'll help for us to... Nah, rugs are bad. Let's just keep working on the rest of it. Maybe once we have more stuff together, it'll feel nicer. I'm kind of tempted to get rid of this. Part of me is thinking that maybe we could have a wall of more of these nectar racks behind here. Because I really want to have to embrace that whole vineyard thing. And I kind of like the idea of having your Sims sit in front of the nectar racks when they're inside. Like, isn't that kind of cool? Yeah, we can rearrange the tables more like that. I'm okay with this thing being like right in the middle of the room. Would the barrels work against the stairs? I mean, maybe. I kind of want to like have them partially blocking a window. Okay. This part needs to be its own solid wall color. I don't know if I like the purple. I'm just looking at it because nothing else has that color, so just kind of has me thinking, you know? Especially if we could maybe try to incorporate that in a few other places. I don't like it on that wall. It's very slight along that wall. You can barely even tell. Olive oil on display. Well, the reason I did no crown molding right here, Wool, is because I really dislike when you have like, you see like this. I hate the stack, how you can see the molding in the middle. What I would like is for this all to look like one wall right here. That's why I did it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, the purple is kind of a wine color, which is good. I wonder if there should be another... Those are slightly off-center. Yeah, I think maybe like another little table, because that helps it feel more restaurant-y, you know? Okay. How do we want to build out the stage more? Am I using any fancy trim anywhere? No, not really. They have this like kind of orangey toned wood. I do like the idea of that as another additional separator. I just think that maybe this, and maybe this part gets covered in more curtains. You know, like maybe we just try to completely surround the stage with curtains so it feels like a more separate little detail. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that looks good. Do you think there could be even more of these nectar racks in here? I know it's like somewhat unnecessary, but I'm really trying to sell the whole vineyard thing. I'll have to put something on this wall too. You can go over here. Snap just left me. Yeah, it will be like an actual working restaurant, Anna. Yeah, it will be when it is done. Yeah, I think I might try to, I want the lighting to be a little less bright. I think it'll be kind of nice if it feels very candlelit inside, but we're gonna have to make some adjustments. Darker stage curtains. Oh, there's not really better swatches. We had a lot of trouble with the color of the curtains when we started the, oh my god. Isn't it cool how it looks bad in a lot of different lighting? Yeah, we had a lot of trouble with the curtain swatches when we did this last time, because we started this build like a week ago, and the curtain situation has been... There was talk about using this purple swatch, but I don't really like that shade of purple. And I feel like the lighting bug on it is a little, like, not really a bug, I guess it's on purpose, but the lighting is a little bit more obviously bad with those. It gives Barney. Oh, see, like that, we can't have that. That would be disastrous. I'm not really sure how I want to lay out the rest of the stuff on the stage. I feel like maybe if we had more speakers up there, I don't know. I've been using these. These are the romance wall speakers. Somebody said carpet. I don't know if I mean, we have like a dark purpley toned carpet if we wanted to try that on the stage. But I'm not really sure if I like it. Oh my god. It's like if you want it to be dark, the curtains are gonna look bad. Would a second platform make the curtains upset? You actually could raise it up on a slightly higher platform. Then we'd have to have stairs though, for them to be able to get up to it, which kind of complicates things. Let me look at stuff from Get Famous. Does Get Famous have like big venue speaker type of stuff? You know, this actually wouldn't be so bad if we had this somewhere. Oh my god, there's like nowhere for it to go. It could be upstairs. That's our way of getting music up here. Okay, well let's try and add some more plants. Well, so here's the thing. I don't really like the Get Famous spotlights. I think that putting a spotlight like this, these ones are like wacky. I think that this makes it a little bit more of a stage than I was really hoping for. Like, I was kind of picturing a world where, and that I don't like the color of, but I was kind of picturing a world where the stage, this is like small, tiny stage. They don't have like a gazillion things on it, facing it, you know. There's also like these ones from the base game. Look at what it does to the lights, or with the curtains. Isn't that awful? So that's why I didn't do it, because like, I know people keep yelling about string lights too, but I don't really have much of a desire to put string lights in here. I also think that that is gonna be very bad for the curtains that we have on the sides. So yeah, the curtains really are an ordeal. It's really hard. And isn't that so annoying too? It's like, we have to do all this just because the game can't handle like the lighting glitches. Like, look at this, it looks yellow on that one. I'm not sure if I like the purple on the floor. I can't tell. This is really hard. This is a stressful build. Okay, the decorative speakers, they have like these things, but you see how like this isn't really screaming like luxurious lounge anymore. I think an area rug instead. Oh, I hate putting area rugs in community lots. This is like one of my least favorite. I really, really don't like how that looks most of the time. Especially when it's like only partially underneath the, you know, like the scale of it. When I think about putting a rug in like the Vineyard lounge where everybody is drinking wine nonstop and probably then also spilling the wine, I just like, I can't shake that from like my mind thinking that's a terrible idea. You know what they also have is the from City Living, there's like, see, that's on like a crate, which isn't really the vibes. There's also this one. Oh, you don't have other colors though. I could probably put something on top of the crate so it looks less like a crate. And then maybe we could have, we can put the microphone in that and the other instruments on top of it too. Maybe that feels a little bit nicer. Because I like how that looks. Yeah, I wonder if I could like put this on top of the crate so it doesn't look like a crate. You can still see the crate underneath it, but it's not so bad. I feel like they wouldn't have a crate on their stage. Like, this place is probably really expensive, so they probably have like really expensive equipment. I need a wall light inside of this part. Yeah, this is so bright on the stage. It like, maybe a barrel instead. It could be a barrel instead. Doesn't really size down the same way. The thing about this is that that little table is the exact same size pretty much. I don't think the barrels will I mean, you could probably add a barrel too, but okay. Maybe we can just put some barrels off to the side of the room. Not those. In the back corner, maybe. Well, maybe the back corner could have like, oh dear God. Oh. The stage and the lighting in here, like everything about this is making me feel so sad. It is just not how I envisioned this being. Let's just keep adding plant. I mean, we need more plants and stuff. Like, there's no point dwelling on these little things. Like, sometimes it helps to go back and add other stuff and then come back to that part that's stressing you out, so. No, the curtain color, like, there's not... The options are not good. This one is way too vibrant to me. Like, it's not... I'm okay with there being white in here. Like, we have a lot of white anyway. I do like that, but... Dine out. How bad do the curtains look with wall lights behind them? I mean, we could try something like that. It's just that the curtains are suffering from some really serious lighting glitches. I can size these down. Hold on. Let me try and do it with like, maybe just 2 of them. That could help to light up the stage. We need to figure out some kind of artwork over here and maybe more wall lights. We'll see how it goes. Dine out. This is what I was trying to get a second ago when I got distracted. It's like a picture of wine. It's so hard, like, when you're doing a build that you're excited about, and like, you have this idea in your head of what you think it should look like, and you just can't really achieve your vision for it because of issues with the game. Like, the fact that the problem I'm facing is not because I can't decide what I want. I know what I want, but it just looks bad because of the lighting. Like, that is so frustrating. It's like, well, of course it's The Sims 4, so here we go again, you know? That's a really sad part of working on a build like this, because you have this wonderful idea and you just can't execute it. Okay. Yeah, I want to have some more lights on top of this part. I'm confused as to why. I mean, I guess it's just because of the window right here. Like, this window is really lightening this room up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We put these right here too. Beautiful. Stunning. Oh, maybe I should have used that, honestly. Like, I do like how that looks with the mixture of them. Maybe we could get a floor lamp. I think the kitchen clutter kit has a painting of a wine bottle. Yeah, I think it does. We can look at that in a second. That helps. Guys, please. With the string light thing, I understand. I love a string light too. We cannot, there will not be any additional lighting with the curtains. The curtains cannot handle it. I tried the string lights. It looks terrible. Like, it looks so ugly because it makes these two side curtains a completely different color. It's not what you think. It's a fun idea, but it doesn't work with the curtains are the problem. Like, the curtains just, I can't be changing the lighting. Like, it's very bad. It's very, very, very bad. You think it feels too refined? In the building? That's what I'm going for. We wanted refined. You don't like it? Or do you mean too refined for the string light? Probably for the string lights is what you mean. I think they meant for the string lights. I get it. I wonder if I could put like a stack of 2 of these. Do you think it's okay to use it twice? I feel like it's probably okay to use it twice. Okay, we can have a ceiling light in here. Speaking of refined, the host wears a suit. Are you seeing that? Wow. Okay, let's look at refined living room. Because I might want to put like... Where are you? Right there. Yeah, I like this plant, so. Okay. So the lighting situation, we need to have probably another ceiling light. Like maybe one of them over here by the exit would be good. And then we could use some lights above this thing. I almost prefer how that looks just above there because that's like the first thing you see when you come in. Maybe I can hide lights in it. Not that one, but some sort of light could be hidden in it. Is this the one that I was using before? No. I think it was this thing before. It's like a spotlight. Yeah, I'm really struggling with the tones of the lighting. I just want it to feel kind of dark and fancy. Thanks. Maybe we could put a shelf on top of this and then, because can you, I don't think you can slot things on there. Yeah, no, it has to be a shelf. Okay. I can put a shelf in it though. Just from live mode. Well, I've been trying. You guys don't understand. I promise you. I've been trying with the lights in live mode. That's not really the main problem. The problem is, it goes deeper than that. I still just don't really. It's because of the stage. The stage is so bright that I can't make the stage any less bright. That's the problem I'm facing. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but. We've tried many things to adjust the lights from live mode. I assure you. We've kind of been sat here doing it for like 20 minutes in real life. It's The Sims has weird lighting. The Sims 4 has weird lighting. Maybe we could do a shelf over here. If we had like a nice wooden shelf and then we had some nectar bottles on it, I think that might be kind of nice. Can I do it off center like this? I like that. And then I would get like the cozy bistro kit. Where did you go? We do have the Cozy Bistro Kit shelf too, if we prefer that one. Could probably do that one with just 2 of them. You would order breadsticks and salad here for sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it kind of like an Italian restaurant sort of vibe when we do the menu. And have like so much nectar on the menu too. Okay, I am going to place a couple extra nectar bottles. You need to move. Oops. Overpriced Olive Garden, exactly. Exactly. Maybe there could be like a wine glass photo. Because we have this one that we almost used before. Oh, but it doesn't. I'm not sure. Part of me kind of likes it being just a little bit, like, I kind of like it being off-centered. I am struggling with this. I want to have some more. I wonder if we put like less of these over here, and then if I got a couple of these guys hanging inside of the, is that more like visually interesting? I feel like I need to put some decor on top of it if we're gonna do that, but I could probably raise some stuff up. Or, yeah, or a mirror. That's true. But we could have, like, something like this, and then you can't change the color of this bottle, can you? No. How about the ship? I think now that this is like this, we could probably put the purple behind it, and we can bring the purple more that way if we want to have more purple accents. Yeah, there are like long, skinny paintings if we wanted to try one of those. We even have like, I don't know, there's like this kind of thing. They're like historic looking paintings. That actually is so, that's so much giving old restaurant, like, you can picture it sitting in there. Okay, we should probably get a couple more things, like maybe any like dine out decor could be useful. Like a jar of olives. That could be something. They're the people who started it? Oh, so these people opened the business, you think? Well, you called it Olive Garden, chat. Couple olives, maybe a candle. This candle doesn't have light. It's a fake candle, which is perfect for this. The photographs are from Get Together, those pictures. I'm trying to decide if I like this thing right here. Oh, maybe, honestly, maybe that could go by the thing in the front. We gotta pick something new to go right here, though. I'm trying to decide what that would be. Saxophone case. Oh, that's cool. Wait. Businesses and hobbies. Oh my god, there's so many packs in this game now. It's disgusting. Okay. Forgot about this little guy from Businesses and Hobbies too. That's not what I was talking about though. I mean, that does help us with the, I don't really know about the color. It does make sense though to have that, because it's like a lounge too. Maybe that's better over here, and we could put this, we swap it out. Because then that thing can be in the like music part. Do you think that I can make it that big, or is it too weird being that big? What if it was on a shelf? Like, what if we like made it look like it was resting on the shelf and we had a little plant next to it? I think that's okay. I like olives too. I'm team olives. Olives are my pizza topping of choice, which I know is a really controversial thing to say. But I can't help how I feel, so. That's drama. What do you think about the olive snap? That wasn't a very loud, she did squeak just then, but it was like subtle. So I think it was like a, oh. She sounds like a squeaky toy. You know when like a dog has a squeaky toy and they squeak it with their mouth? That's what Snap's actual mouth sounds like these days. Do you want to come up? We can sit together. You have to pick, if you go all the way down there, I can't lift you. Okay, there you go. She climbed up. She's jumping up. Okay. I think that maybe, I might even use this again. I know I just used it, but that's like the sign for the business, and I think it makes sense to have it on display a couple times. She said, let me speak for myself about the olives. Yeah, you're right. She just wanted to make her opinion clear. She does not like olives. And like, yeah, that makes sense. She's a cat. So... Hey, Rin, thanks for the raid. We're trying to build like a really fancy vineyard and restaurant. We've kind of got this going right now. This is sort of what it looks like. We're struggling with the interior and the lighting of what we're trying to do. Can cats have olives? Almost certainly not. I don't know the actual answer, but I'm gonna go with most definitely no. That's probably gonna poison them. So my assumption would be absolutely no, a cat cannot have an olive. But cats probably should not have most human food though. So oh, are you really, Rin? That's so cool. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, like the amount of sodium in them is probably really dangerous for the cats. Like beyond like the olive itself, like it's probably not, you know what I mean? So I would not feed my cat an olive, personally. Okay. I am liking this. Let's go upstairs for a bit. When was the last time I saved? Oh my god. I haven't saved a single time all stream. Oh yeah, I think if I tried to give Snap an olive, she wouldn't eat it. I think that she would not acknowledge that at all. I think that would be like a hard no from her, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, I don't really think that Snap would even, like, that's just not a food in her mind. Snap really likes, do you think I should use this or is it too weird? Snap really likes cheese. And at this point in her life, she's sort of like, now she tries to steal it, which she didn't really used to do when she was younger, and now she does. So, and also she's allowed to have some now. When you get to be 17 years old, I feel like you're allowed to have some cheese when you demand it, so she gets a little bit. Who am I to like deprive her of that, you know? Like sometimes, I don't know, Dan will have like a piece of string cheese and Snap will be like climbing across his lap trying to get it out of his hand, which she did not used to do. She never was like really interested in human food when she was younger, but these days, things have changed. Your 17-year-old cat gets whatever he wants. Yeah. I mean, poor Snap, she's been through it. Like, she, you know, she deserves to have whatever she asked for at this point. It also makes me feel really guilty. Like, if Snap is effectively communicating to me that she wants something, and like, I understand what she's asking me for, I'm like, I feel really inclined to be like, I'm gonna give you this because you've effectively told me that you want it, and that's like pretty cool that you're like successfully, because I don't know, she's a smart little kitten. And I just want her to be rewarded for all of her hardships. But like, you can't just ignore her when she's like using her words successfully. It makes you feel terrible. Okay, Snap, you're like totally on the keyboard. Okay. I was trying to move my head around her and she leaned straight in even more. So cute. All right, this is a really simple upstairs, but that works for me. Do you think that it's too busy? I don't know. Your cat wants to eat your hair and plastic, so he gets told no. Well, yeah, hair and plastic, that one's, you can't have that. You can have what you're asking for as long as it's not harmful. If you're gonna try and eat plastic, that one's gonna be a no. Well, we're gonna have to veto that. Sorry to the cats. Your cat tries to steal your spinach? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm lucky that my cats aren't really, they're just not really very food, like human food motivated. They don't really try and do that. Okay, this exit sign is facing the wrong way. That is so bad. Should I put that tile in there so it can be like a continuation of this? Oh, you know what we should use is, from Horse Ranch, there's like that little wine thing that I was thinking about using before. Yeah, we could put a couple of these up here. Upstairs, some of these like crates. This is like the employee only access. That's orange. Now, why did I do that? This wallpaper is from Riviera Retreat, the one that I'm using right now. What mouse do I have? Logitech G502X. I can never remember when I'm so bad about that. Like because I don't know, my keyboard's like a series of numbers too. I have to like flip it upside down and tell you. G815. G815 tactile. I could not have, off the top of my head, I'm so bad with the numbers of that. Like, how are you supposed to remember that? It's very complicated. Okay, so in here, is this gonna be the classroom that we keep talking about? No, these two aren't the Aurora collection. I have the Aurora collection also, but I'm not using it right now. Okay, Snap's leaving. She might go and sit on her funeral room. Should I make it into a funeral room instead? Funeral room, classroom. Maybe a funeral room is better. At a vineyard? Well, yeah, some people would love this. I've built a vineyard that has a classroom before. I have never built one that has a funeral room. It doesn't have to be like so outright funeral-y. Cause it's more like a party room. Is probably a better way of putting it. And then you could host, you know, whatever sort of event is your preference in the party room. So it's kind of more like a reception type of space, and then you can use it for whatever you please. I think when you say funeral, people get like a little bit, I don't know, weird about it, but it wouldn't be weird. It would be nice. Oh, she's back. And yawning. She thinks the build's boring. It's a celebration space. There you go. I cannot put this where I want at all in the slightest. Okay. Is that the right height? Yeah. Oh no. Up one more than that. But yeah, it's nice to have another, like you said, it's nice to have another location to have an event like this that isn't just the cemetery in game. Because really the only place to do it is inside of the cemetery, and you don't always want to do it in the cemetery. And this way, if you really wanted to, you could have the wedding up here. You could do whatever in this room. Should there be tables? I'm thinking that we put it, well, if you put too many tables, then the Sims will try and eat up here for the restaurant. Life and death. Let's look through all this stuff real quick. I may put one of these in here. But I won't put all that stuff on it, just like one thing on it. It's a very simple little memorial display. That's all. And then, I guess I should put the podium. But then, like, am I gonna go so far as to put the coffin in here? I mean, like, probably not, just the podium, right? It's in memory of the founder. Oh, there you go. That's all it is. So it seems sad, but it's just because it's just in memory of the founder who used to be here. And then they died, and now they have this room on display, but also anyone can host their events in here. Leave space to put a coffin, but don't actually put it. That's a nice thing to do as well. Maybe I'll do that. So there would be space for it, but there isn't actually one. You know what I kind of like about this is it feels like they could host like lectures inside of this room. Like there could be events, there could be classes, there could be funerals, you could set it up for your wedding. It's just kind of like a plain events space. I gotta scoot this over. Let me just real quick. Okay. What do you want to put behind it? Maybe they need to be scooted up more. Like that. We could put a buffet table, like the banquet table. I have one downstairs, but we could put another one. Maybe it could be off to the side, like over here, the banquet table. Snap is being so cute. I kind of like the bottom of that, right? Yeah, so kind of what I'm unsure about is I really like the idea of the whiteboard, but I also, now that we've decorated it like this, I'm kind of feeling a little bit wary about putting a whiteboard in here, because then I feel like, then it's like really a classroom, which I don't always, I don't know. But yeah, this is we kind of want it to be like a club meeting room, so that way it's not so funeral-y, but then, yeah, I guess if you wanted to use it as a classroom, you could just like change it out. I think what is more genuinely functional for this space is for it to be set up for it to host a funeral, honestly, like, because there's already other places for you to host a wedding. Like, it's probably the most realistic for this to be funeral-y. But you want it to be like kind of somewhat neutral and multi-purpose, like Tilly said. Club meeting at the Olive Garden, yeah. When you put it like that, it sounds kind of funny. Maybe I could put a mirror above this. That's nice. Yeah, we can't really fit any, like, there's no space for a window on this wall. Maybe they have a club for breadstick fans? Oh, okay. Is this the original Olive Garden location? That's so silly. We could say that it is. Do you know the original Olive Garden was in Orlando? I don't know if the original one is still open, but the original Olive Garden was in Orlando. What's so weird about like so many restaurants, the first one was in Central Florida. I think that they started Red Lobster in Central Florida too, but not in Orlando proper. But they love to start restaurant chains in Central Florida. We don't have much going for us, but I guess we have that. It does make sense though, like it's a pretty heavy tourist place. Although the first Olive Garden was not in a tourist location. The first Olive Garden was like, I think it was by like the Fashion Square Mall. But I could just be making that up, so don't quote me on it. I can't remember. Maybe there just is an Olive Garden by the Fashion Square Mall now. And that's what I'm thinking of. Somebody in chat knows what I'm talking about. At least one person here is like, the Fashion Square Mall! I like that big thing, that's really nice. Maybe I will put the whiteboard. Oh, the original was in Winter Garden? So that is closer to Disney then. At least a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like that. Well, it's not a classroom, it's an event space, Poppy. It's an event space. And there was talk about it having a classroom so that you could take nectar making classes. That was the original plan for this room before we made it into a funeral space. Because it's, think less restaurant and more vineyard that serves food. Like The Sims, you can't do that, but the primary purpose of this lot is vineyard. Life and death. Okay, I was gonna look at maybe like one of those little signs with the flower, like this. The wreath. Oh, maybe we could put, maybe I could get like a little table. TV screen. I think a TV screen might be a little bit much. I don't know. Horse ranch. Okay, so you could put your urn on this little table. Okay, the colors of that are bad. Businesses and hobbies. This one is better. Leaning a little bit more modern anyway. So you can put the urn right there. Yeah, IRL a TV screen would make a lot of sense in here. I am with you that I think that a TV screen would feel a little bit out of place in The Sims. I am thinking about putting maybe like one of the tapestries. No, Sass, this is my second stream doing this build. We started this last week. I built like the whole exterior, and today's been about the interior. Vampires, maybe? See, that's kind of like a wine-colored tapestry. That's not so bad. Frame TV could look okay. Oh, maybe the frame TV could look okay. Like this one from Bella's kit. I guess that's true. We could do that instead, because the tapestry doesn't really match the curtains, so we could just do the frame TV, no tapestry. We get the gold accents. Yeah, the TV would make it qualify as a bar then, too. Because you need to have a TV for it to be a bar. So then you could make it like a lounge, a bar, or a restaurant. Whatever your preference is. Okay. I'm struggling a lot with this wall now. But maybe there could be like some of these again. Oh, they looked better when they were downstairs. Yeah, I'm now by putting this TV, by the way, we've invited random Sims to come up here and like watch TV during the funeral. But it's not a funeral room. It's an event room that you might choose to host a funeral in. Huge post in Sims Discord. What does that mean? I don't see it. Sims Direct. We've heard your feedback on ailment tuning in Enchanted by Nature, and we're developing a toggle to enable or disable ailment spreading contagiously in a future patch. Oh, thank God. The pack is fine now. Oh, the cat's gone. Wow, that's actually really funny. Well, I'm glad that they're working on that. So it's gonna take them a while, but so it says that once disabled, Sims who already have ailments will need to wait it out or seek a cure, but no more Sims will contract ailments through spontaneous spread. By disabling both enable balance and imbalance and enable ailment spread, this will disable all natural sources of ailments. That's good. So that means you can turn them off if you want to. You don't have to. It's just that the setting is being given to you. So they posted that in the Sims Direct channel in their Discord server just now. At 5:27 p.m. It's 5:29 p.m. for me. So it's brand new, that announcement. Yeah, I understand that it's going to take them some time to work on, so that's totally fine. But I'm glad that they are working on it. That's a like huge relief to me. I think I might leave this room like this for now. Let's come and work on the outside a little bit. Yeah, it's just nice to have the option. Honestly, and I'm not even exaggerating, the option alone completely changes my perception of the pack. Like, the number one thing that I'm frustrated with Enchanted by Nature is the ailments. So if they were to limit that, then there you go. Okay, what about some more outdoor tables? Should there be a dance floor outside? Do you think it should be like an actual one? Probably not. We could put like the Party Essentials kit one though. Maybe we should do a fire pit over here. Yeah, I'm curious to see how long it'll take them to make that. Even like, because there's probably going to be a patch like Tilly said at the end of the month, because they usually have a patch about once a month. Did they say what day the patch is? Did they post that in like the teaser stuff? Why am I remembering them talking about some sort of patch in the roadmap? August 19th. Yeah, that's what I thought. So maybe I think August 19th is probably too fast for them to fix this and make the new toggle feature. But maybe next month, like in September. I think it'll take them some time to make it though. Trying to think about what kind of like outdoorsy looking sofa. No. Is that a birthday or something? I don't know. Maybe for somebody. My birthday is August 14th. So an August 19th patch does feel kind of like a birthday present. But I would say that about, if there was anything that happened at all in August, I'd be like, this is for me. Is it actually? No. But would I say that? Absolutely, I would. Yep. I'm thinking about Love Struck now. Yeah, I think I might put this bench. I feel like the little metal one is better. We could do metal, but like in the gold color, or it could be in this grayish color because that matches the fire pit. What do you think about that, chat? How do we feel? I feel like that's okay. So are we gonna stick to a dance floor? Maybe I could put the dance floor like underneath this. There's not really a way to have outdoor music though. Your birthday is tomorrow, is it? Oh, that's exciting. Happy almost birthday. Do you have any fun plans? I don't have any plans for my birthday, so I'm sure I'll figure something out in the next couple of weeks. I have some time, but I don't have any plans for my birthday yet. Okay. I'm gonna get a nice mixture of some different table sizes. I think that'll be good for us. What about, you know, this chair? I like how it brings in the wood. I think that's good. Maybe we have like one more of these like this, and then one of these could have like 3 chairs on it. Well, I'll tell you what, there's plenty of places to sit. If you come to this lot, you will have plenty of locations to have your meal inside and outside. No matter what you want, you'll be all good. Let me get these lights. Candles will help with the outside too. Oh, beautiful. So many places for random townie couples to stargaze. We can start adding some more benches in. Stargazing location. Oh, new stargazing spot just dropped. We'll put a couple of them outside. Okay, what do you want to put underneath this thing? Part of me is thinking another fire pit. I think that's kind of pretty, like as a little place to sit. A woohoo blanket. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's look and see those. Love struck. Oh, I'm scared to see how many packs are in this build. Which one? Honestly, like the light colored one is probably the best. Woohoo blankets just randomly out in the fields. We could probably put like a little picnic blanket out in the back. That might be okay. Maybe this one is a better color for it. But we could probably put that back here. And then you have one, but it's not. Like that. Sure. Greg Plant could break up every couple he ever sees on a bench. You know what? That's an interesting way to find people to break up for that aspiration. For the Villainous Valentine one. You just go look for couples that are on one of the benches. Imagine you're just having dinner and there's somebody like, you're just sat right here. You've got like a prime view of the woohoo blanket. You're trying to have dinner and all you can see is the woohoo blanket. Okay, we gotta figure out all of the terrain paint now, which is like the scary part. But we'll see how it goes. Uh-oh. There we go. Now it has saved. I'm thinking I'll use this terrain paint. Well, I don't like how that looks with this. Maybe I'll use this one. Can we just continue it down this way? Possibly. I think that there can be some kind of like, I don't know, it's like some sort of central... Do you like it being curvy? Oh yeah, we'll do lot traits too, don't worry. I just haven't started that yet. We gotta do the menu for the restaurant and everything. We have loads of stuff left to do. I think I'll probably fill this in. I kind of like the idea of it being a little bit bigger than... But do you see what I mean? Like, I kind of want it to go up to the edges of the grapes. At least like around there. Maybe I'll put some landscaping right here. Okay. So there's kind of like a central point in here. Maybe there could be a fountain in this little part. That could be kind of cool. And then the stuff goes all around it. Some of the fountains that I want to use are a little bit big. Maybe this one's okay. Okay, the fountain is not centered with anything right now. I think the fountain has to be centered with either... Is that centered? Yeah. It has to be centered with either this pathway or the staircase. It can't just be one. Or none. It needs to... It can just be one. It can't be none. It has to be centered somehow, I think. We can extend this, though. then it feels like it's kind of centered in this part of the path, right? You like it with the path, like it with the staircase? Well, I don't really want it to be centered with the staircase. I'm trying to have, because this is more centered with the courtyard as a whole, instead of being centered with the stair part. It makes like the fountain is like a center point of the whole courtyard. That's why I put it like this. Does that make sense? Obviously, like, it's also cute if you put it over here, but there's a lot less space there. And if we're gonna have this wide of a pathway in here, like... Yeah, and if it's centered with this, it kind of looks like it's blocking the access. Yeah, I feel the same way about that. Okay, let's see if we can fix a little bit of this at all. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's get some dirt then. Oops, too dark. This is gonna be a journey, the terrain paint. I'm a little scared of it. We are like now entering the hardest part of the build. I like how it kind of looks old in the courtyard. I think it's pretty cool. Because it makes it, that's what I wanted it to be like, is like this is an old building. And I think that it kind of achieves that. Are those grapes? Yeah, like all of the plants out there are grapes, yeah. There's the one trash can. Just right there. Oh, you got a Stardew Valley concert ad? I got to see the Stardew Valley concert. I went to see it in New York with my friend Hope last year. Or, oh my gosh, was that 2 years ago now? No, I think it was last March. Like last March though. So like a year and a half ago. But oh, I missed plants back here. There's always something else. Always more we have to add in. But it was really good. I really liked it. Oh no. Okay. Around there. I'm gonna have to put like lines underneath every single bit of the like the rows of grapes too, which is gonna be a whole thing. You're back from the grocery store. Hi, Banana. Did you get anything good? What's the haul? I think I just imagined a cat. That was weird. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and put some more plants under here. Oh. BB.show hidden objects. Okay. So I had the Enchanted by Nature bush, that like low-lying bush, which for some reason I keep scrolling past when I'm trying, there it is, when I'm trying to do my landscaping. We can put some of it. What do you think about that as like a little bonus set of plants? Okay, get together. Oh, this vineyard stuff is debug. It's not real, unfortunately. I am gonna put a couple of real grape plants in here, but the stuff that you're seeing right now is debug. We don't really have anything like this cool with the like lines of plants that's real. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna erase. Oh, that's not erasing, that's putting dirt. Oh no, it is erasing. Okay, sorry. Now I will put the dirt underneath this. And then we'll also do a light layer of dirt around the outside of this terrain paint. I like to kind of trace it and give it like a little bit of a border. I think it adds nice dimension to the terrain paint when you do it like that, instead of it just ending. Do you see what I mean? Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna do, Poppy. We will be putting terrain paint underneath all of the rows of plants. We're gonna do that last though, because that's the most painful part of this whole build. Yeah, that was what we always set out to do. I wish I could have done it when I first placed them, but I don't trust the game not to delete it, so. Gotta save it. I am kind of feeling like, now that I have done my path, and the path that I've chosen is a little bit smaller, I feel like I want to get some more plants. Like, I kind of want to get some of those kind of plants and put them right here. Yeah, console players can access debug. It's a cheat that you have to use. Console is definitely harder to access it with, but you still can. Console's just harder to do anything with though, so. It's not like a debug specific problem. It's just a console problem. I wonder if I'm gonna like this. Because I think that maybe I would have liked it better if I had not. Unless we put it on, we could put it on the end too. Like it could be over here as well. So it kind of like alternates sides. Oh, that's fine. So I want get together again. One of those. One of those. Something like that right there. I think that's so cool. Okay. We're gonna have to put some outdoor lighting out here too. You're not using debug to its full potential because it's so inconvenient. No, debug it's the most inconvenient. Like, it's so bad. So I don't blame you. I mean, I'm not using debug to its full potential. I feel like I do like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it depends on the build, but some people, they like work magic with the debug stuff. And I'm not one of those people. Yeah, the tool mod is great for that. I don't use build mods usually in my content, so I'm making it harder on myself in that way. Okay, how does that look at nighttime? A few little paths going up there. We can get a couple little lights, and maybe I'll use a few of them. Can you grow the grapes or just place them down? Well, these grapes are not real. Those grapes are debug, like, decorations. There are grapes that you can grow, but that's just like any other plant in the game, you know? It's like when you plant spinach in The Sims 4 or whatever. Just a regular plant. That's not so bad actually, and the back is pretty lit up. So that feels okay. Thought I was talking about graves. No, that I do frequently talk about graves on stream, I guess, but I was talking about grapes today. This time, at least. All right, is it time for us to get brave and do all of the terrain paint underneath these? My vision is that there will be lines of dirt. We'll see how we feel about it once it's all done. I think it's gonna help. We just have to brave it. Oops, I skipped one. How does that look? Yeah. You were building a lounge and your Sims just closed and you didn't save? Oh my god. Hey, thanks for the heads up, because I want to save my game right now. I appreciate you telling me that. I'm sorry that happened to you, but you know what? Your sacrifice will save all the rest of us. Everybody else, if you're playing the game right now, save. Yeah, I have been waiting until I got my chance to put this down, the lines of the terrain paint. If I had my way, I would have done this first. Like, I would have put the terrain paint down first and then put the plants on top of it. Like, that would have been my preferred order of doing this. But I just don't trust the game, so I refuse to do terrain paint until the very last thing, because I'm sick and tired of it deleting itself. Like, could you imagine if I spent all this time making these lines of the terrain paint, and then I, like, left, went to my grandma's funeral last weekend, came back today to finish building it, and all the terrain paint was gone? I wouldn't have been able to handle it. Like, I would have lost it. So that's why we have to do it last. Okay. Well, those go straight up to the end. It's like we would throw the whole game out. That happened to me with, I made this like sunflower farm build a couple of years ago. It was similar to this, where I had like rows and rows and rows of plants, right? And then like terrain paint lines underneath them. But imagine it's like a million sunflowers. So it was even worse than this because the sunflowers you had to place individually. So like it was even longer to put them all. Guess what happened? Terrain paint deleted itself. When I look back on that day, I honestly could like cry for myself. Like, I was so mad. And I'm pretty sure that it happened twice. And what's wild is that was years ago and the glitch still exists. Okay, I'm doing it from the back first because these are shorter. Yeah, that was like, honestly, that's one of the worst times that I've had the terrain paint delete. Because there are times where, like, obviously it's never good if your terrain paint deletes itself. But there are definitely times where it's less bad. You know, like, if you build, like, a normal house, you might have a little bit of terrain paint on the lot. But, like, it would be annoying, but not the end of the world if you had to redo it. But there are some lots where you've done, like, so much terrain paint work. And if that deletes, I'm thinking about, like, some of the horse ranches that I've built, where I have, like, basically the whole thing is terrain paint, like the whole ground is painted. That's the kind of time where if it deletes, it's so annoying. Or if you have, like, some kind of really cool custom path that you've made, and then you have to do that again, that's really frustrating too. But the sunflower build was a bad one. Oh, Tilly, that's an upsetting thought. Also, hi, Owen, how are you? We were complaining about terrain paint again. I actually have had it delete itself during gameplay. There's a few different terrain paint glitches. The one that I'm complaining about right now that's like the most common is the terrain paint deleting itself on lot reload. So, like, if you were to, say I were to stop right now, I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna end stream. Like, I'll come back and finish this tomorrow. I save my game, I close it. I come back tomorrow. Terrain paint's gone. That's the most frequent time that I experience the terrain paint bug. I've also had times where I've loaded into live mode and the terrain paint has deleted itself, but that's happened to me maybe like 3 or 4 times ever. The terrain paint deleting on lot reload, more like 30 times, or maybe even more than that. I couldn't even count. Like, it happens to me all the time. And then there's also a weird glitch, and this one is extra weird. But it's like, imagine you had done like one terrain paint, you know, like you have like loads of this color down, and then you go and start layering on another color. The other bug is that when you place the second color, it deletes every bit of terrain paint on your lot. And I can't really figure out like the reasoning behind that one, or if it's like a certain paint, but it usually happens to me like what I was doing over here where I put the darker dirt on the outside edge. Imagine if I started to put the dirt right here and it just, all of it deletes itself. And I had that happen to me one time where I was making a sandbox on my lot, like a sandbox for the kids to play in. And I like started putting the sand down, and when I placed the sand, it turned all of the other terrain paint on my lot into that sand texture. And if I wasn't live when that happened, I would have thought it was like a prank. Like, I'd be like, this, how do you even explain that to anybody? But it happened in front of you, so it's, I'm not making it up. But it's like turned all the other terrain paint into that terrain paint, which was also kind of weird. But that one's only happened to me like twice as well. So that's not as frequent of a glitch. The one where it all deletes is very frequent. You once had half the lot delete, but not the other half. See, isn't that so weird? There's like no rhyme or reason to it. Yeah, I think that also happened when I was talking about how it hadn't happened to me for a while, and then it happened, which made for a kind of funny clip, but it's very frustrating. Can you not press undo? No, it's because it's a glitch. So you can try and undo all you want. It won't come back because it's a glitch. Like there isn't a solution. The solution to protect yourself, I guess, is to like save the lot to your library before you close your game. Because then you can place down the full one if it deletes itself. But there, like, an undo button's not gonna help you. It's a glitch. Oh yeah, and there's also the one where when you download a lot off the gallery and then it moves all the terrain paint just like a little bit to the left. So you have all your terrain paints like nicely lined up, and then you put it on the gallery and it's just like scooted like ever so slightly. And you can't fix that because that's when you download it off the gallery. Like, it was fine on your version, but then it's not. I find that one so annoying. That one's been happening, I think, even longer than the terrain paint deleting glitch. I feel like it's not as bad anymore, but it used to be like noticeably bad, like so obvious. But I feel like that was more of an issue like 5 years ago. Because I haven't had as much trouble with it anymore. It's really obvious because you know how sometimes you'll put like terrain paint underneath like part of the building? Imagine like you would download it off the gallery and it would look like this now. Because it's like that part used to be under and now it's over. It's so bad. Okay, almost done with this, by the way. What? No, done with this, not stream. Why? Leave your computer. Come downstairs. That's really funny. You want to come up? We can sit together. Come here, Snap. You can help me. Come here. She has so much to say. Come here. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Are you gonna come up? She's thinking about it. Come on. Okay, now you have to be got this time. You can't jump right now. That's fine too. All right. Almost done. This is the very last little bit of it all. Okay, let's look at it with the grid off, because there are going to be some parts that are a little bit darker than others. So I might want to go back on top of that and fix those slightly lighter bits, especially the ones that are right in the front. If they're like more in the middle of the lot, it isn't too much of an issue, but if they're right in the front, you want it to be kind of even. It looks like this side is darker than some of these other bits. Okay. Does look better with the terrain paint though. Snap was warning the terrain paint not to delete itself. She was threatening the terrain paint just then. She was like, I'm watching you. You better stay put. Okay. Oh, I went out of build mode by accident. That's my bad. So, I think I have not done the dirt on the outside edge of this. So I need to get that done. What else do we need to add? Oh, I was talking about putting, maybe I'll erase some of this too, make it a little bit smaller. But I was talking about putting some actual grapes, like planter boxes down. She's back. Base game. Yeah, we can do a couple grapes right there. Maybe another one right there. That could be good though, because then we could even do like a lemon tree or something, because there's some of those things you need to use when you're... Wait, let me find grapes. No, like literally a grape. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're gonna get grapes off the gallery. What is she? Oh, there's a fly on the wall. She's standing like the absolute weirdest way possible. Are you gonna get it? Oh no, don't do that. It's not on the curtain. Let me see if I can zoom in. Is it a... Oh my god, I think it's a spider. I don't even know if you can see it. It's like that little tiny dot towards the top of the... It's really small. I just zoomed in and took a picture of it on my camera. She gave up. Well, none of us are gonna touch that, Snap. I'd prefer to not. I would prefer to leave it alone. Because it kind of freaks me out, okay? Okay. And she lost interest. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. That's for sure. Now I'm like, now I know what's in here. Okay, what else do we need to put? Oh, grapes, that's right. That's what I was doing. Grape. Rooms. Grapevine. Okay. So what kind of nectar, what all do we need? Because apples, grapes, strawberry, potato. Maybe I'll put some strawberries too. Well, I'm proud of you for seeing that, Snap. That was really smart that you saw it all by yourself. Strawberry. Okay, I'll put a strawberry right there. Maybe a potato too. Anybody have just one? This one's 4, that's fine. Her vision is top tier. Well, sometimes. The thing about Snap is, and I'm not trying to be mean to her, it's just that she really is not all that perceptive anymore. She has her moments. But when she does things like notice a bug, I'm like, wow. Because I always say that her Spidey senses are like gone, which literally she sensed a Spidey. But I don't like it. It looks like it's dancing on the wall. It's doing like an up and down motion. It's freaking me out. Anyway, she isn't always like aware of things that are happening, so it's always nice when she is. It's taunting me. I don't like to kill bugs, and I don't really want Dan to kill it. My preference would be if Dan came and took it and then brought it outside. I don't want it to be killed though. But I think that if I asked Dan to do that right now, he'd be like, I'm streaming. Okay. Do you think it might be done? Well, the thing is, chat, I don't actually know if it's a spider. It's like, I'm gonna go look at it up close, but I don't want you to see me, so I'm gonna turn my face cam off. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I know, it's really weird, Snap. It's not a spider. It looks like a giant ant. Like a giant ant. It's not a spider. I think it just tried to fly. Oh, dear God. I don't think it's a carpenter ant. Let me look those up, though, because those are bad news if you have one of those. Wait, that's the cat cam, face cam. Oh, no. I'm gonna look at it again. Hold on. I don't think it's a carpenter ant. It's like an ant spider. Oh, I hear Dan coming upstairs. Dan!
Yeah. Where is it?
It's over there.
That's tiny. It's also all the way over there. I got this thing so I can put it in the Tupperware. Are you kidding?
But isn't it weird?
Oh, it just jumped. Kill, it's jumping. I don't think that's a spider.
I know it's not a spider. It's like some kind of freaky ant. I'm scared
Is it
it's a carpenter.
scorpion?
No, I don't think. Stop. Stop.
Yeah, that's not a spider.
I think it's some kind of
jumping.
creepy ant.
How am I supposed to get it to jump in? Come on, jump in, buddy. Come on, Corbin Blue.
Did it jump in?
No. Yeah.
It didn't. Okay. Thank you.
Snap, and you didn't even help.
No, she just found it and started yelling. Which is so me, by the way. I did the exact same thing.
Unbelievable.
Okay, the bug's gone. Oh, I feel better now. Oh my gosh, Seth just followed him. She left with him. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I won't show you the picture. I won't put you through that. Maybe I'll send it to my dad. I can see Dan's at the doorbell. He put it outside. Okay. What's this? Send it to my dad. Okay. You want to see? Well, it's not a very good picture. Here, I'm gonna show you, but close your eyes and I'll tell you. If you don't want to see it, just close your eyes and I'll tell you when you can open them. It'll be very brief, okay? This is a terrible photo. That's really zoomed in, obviously. Okay. 3, 2, 1. You can open your eyes again. It was not actually that big. It's a jumping spider. I don't think it is. Because it was kind of shaped. Ah! It was kind of shaped like an ant. I'm done looking at pictures. I'm done with that. Sorry, I looked up jumping spider and it really shocked me. Okay, deep breath. Take a water. Take some water. It made me jump, yeah. Jump scare. How many legs? 8. Unless that's an antenna. 6? I've had enough. I've had enough. My dad's not replying to my text either, which is kind of rude. Oh my god, I just got absolutely terrified. I looked at my phone and it looked like I was on a phone call. It had like the little icon, but it's because I was getting a spam call and they were leaving a message. But I thought I was on the phone. I was like, oh my god, am I talking to someone right now? He's in the room. He's here? What is he saying? Bro, that's a Central Florida velocity raptor. My dad is always he just be making stuff up. This one time, my dad loves this story. This one time, my sister, she like hurt her hand or like sprained something, broke her, I don't know. She had like an injury in her hand from tumbling. And she went to school and she told everybody, she had like it was like a show and tell situation. And so she told everybody like, oh yeah, I fluxed my capacitor, because that's what my dad said to her that she did. Which is a lie. He's referencing Back to the Future and like the flux capacitor in Back to the Future, the movie. But he told my sister she fluxed her capacitor. She went to school, she told everybody she fluxed her capacitor. And her teacher called my dad, like cry laughing, being like, that was the funniest thing a kid has ever said to me. Because picture this little kid, like straight face, dead serious, being like, yeah, I flexed my capacitor. But he's always lying. He's always doing stuff like that. Stupid dad joke. My dad just texted me back. He said ant spider. I don't think that's a thing. Oh, it is. I'm done with this now. I'm done with this now. Okay, I think we might be done with the build, by the way. The build is possibly finished. A couple extra little last minute details and then we'll do a tour and then we can put it on the gallery. Okay, Simsie is ignoring me. What? Oh, Tilly wants the bug pick to investigate. Forgive me, but when we're talking about scary bugs, and then you get a Discord message from Tilly, forgive me for assuming that possibly there'd be something scary in that DM. Because if somebody was gonna send me a scary bug picture, like, I don't know. Okay, let's do a tour. So this is the, oh, we gotta set up the menu. I'm gonna do that first. Okay. Let's set it to custom menu completely. All right. We're going for like really upscale Italian restaurant is kind of what I'm thinking. Also, they're gonna have like every nectar that's available. They probably have sparkling water too. Yeah, so Olive Garden, exactly. They might have coffee. I don't want to put too many things that are not nectar. Like, I want most of it to be nectar, because that's like the reason that you would come here. And maybe we do it like water, coffee, and then all nectar. Maybe they could have like a fizzy, fruity drink. And tea? No. Wait, hot cocoa. Oh, that's fun. No, I'm thinking this. And then when you're in live mode, there'll be exactly 2 rows because it takes this away, which is nice. Or we should add more. I don't know. I kind of like how all the nectar is next to each other though. So we can't put anything that is after the first nectar, which isn't for a while. They could maybe have lemonade too. Hot cocoa. We could have a couple more teas maybe. That's fine. Okay. So you can get tea, coffee, water, fizzy fruity drink, and a bunch of nectar. I don't want to put soda because it's in a can. Like all the sodas in the menu are in cans, and I don't think that a can of soda really works with the vibes of this fancy restaurant, right? Like, okay, let's do appetizers now. Breadsticks. They need breadsticks. That's very important. Probably like garden salad. Meat and cheese platter. I want to have a very limited food menu, I think. Honeyed world fruit charcuterie. Oh, pita and hummus maybe, because that's vegetarian for them. No, a soup. Oh yeah. How many is that? Oh, we could do one more probably, and then it's one full row. I'm kind of thinking that a second soup would be good. Oh, what about a salt and pepper shrimp cocktail? Cured meat crisps on reclaimed forest wood. No, cured meat crisps on reclaimed forest wood. I think that's good. So they have like the cheap meat and cheese platter and then the nice meat and cheese platter. That's fancy. Okay, and then main course. I want to go all the way down. Like, I'm looking at like the pricey stuff, you know? I'm looking at like lobster tortellini, lobster thermidor. Okay, when I first played The Sims 3, like as a child, I did not know what lobster thermidor was in real life. Obviously, I was a child and I don't eat meat, but what? You don't eat lobster either. Anyway, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a made up fake thing for The Sims. Like, I thought The Sims made up lobster thermidor and it was like a pretend, like, haha funny word that they did in The Sims. It was my first experience with it. And like goopy carbonara, I didn't know that, like, because the word goopy, I was like, carbonara must be fake too. It's not. Baked Alaska, same thing, yeah. Some of these like fancy things that I really thought they were made up for The Sims. Let's put volcano pasta. I don't know about lobster tortellini and lobster thermidor, but maybe we could put them both. Wow, free range Sixum pit beast. Let's put some of these like really fancy dishes on the menu. You know, like these, like the experimental ones from Dine Out. I like how they're on the black plates. It almost makes me want to put like only the dishes that are on the black plates. You know? Because isn't that kind of cool? They do like only the really nice stuff. What else do we have? I never serve these at my Sims restaurants, so. But some of them are from the Star Wars pack is the problem. That's what like this is. I think that might be too. Artisan fish trio. Is any of this vegetarian? Oh, the beet noodles are. So is the bamboo roll. So there's a couple. It is kind of exciting how they only have like one row of both appetizers and main courses. Like it's a limited menu because it's like really upscale. I think that this is good, right? And I don't know if I've ever put any of these things on my Sims menu. Yeah, like it's exclusive. What kind of dessert do they serve? Some of these are from Star Wars, so, ooh. But gelato. Oh, maybe they have like 2 flavors of gelato and then like cheesecake. Oh, we could get, well, let's get a couple things. Let me pick a couple gelato flavors. We could serve lollipops. Oh, I love the dessert options in this game. It's so fun. Cheesecake. The trash waffles. We could serve the trash waffles. I think there's like a lemon gelato, isn't there? Oh yeah, lemon gelato. Is there biscotti too? I feel like I remember that from before. But if it's cheap, I don't, oh, they have chocolate biscotti, yeah. That feels like a really fancy person sort of dessert menu. Do they have a cannoli too? Are these things in, they're not in, ooh, in eclair. Is biscotti fancy? I don't know, but this is an Italian restaurant too, so that they might, like, maybe you want to get like tea and we could do a cannoli. They have a, like, the fact that the dessert menu is just as big as their dinner menu is really funny. They have just as many desserts. We could do like a nice tart or something. Like a fruit tart. Because that's vegetarian safe and lactose free. So if your sim has dietary restrictions. Okay. Creme brulee. Yeah, they do have creme brulee. They have like vanilla gelato too. There's tiramisu. This is the thing. We're never gonna, we can't do all of it because I want to have a very limited menu. But oh, they have crystallized cocoa blocks. Vanilla seashells and chocolate caviar. Oh. Oh, I think we gotta scrap something. Forget the fruit tart, that's not fancy. They should sell like, they have a few more simple desserts and then they have the two really fancy ones. If we had only the black plate desserts, I think there's only a couple. I mean, there's like the Star Wars ones, but they don't have as many options. It's like such a long dessert menu though. What if we got rid of, maybe it's just cheesecake, 2 flavors of gelato, and then the fancy desserts. So it's a pretty limited menu. Because I think I want the dessert menu to be smaller than the main course menu. Because that's pretty reasonable, like that happens in real life. I feel like it makes more sense to have a smaller one. Yeah, because like the shorter the menu, the classier it is. Exactly. It's just hard because I get so carried away when I'm making all the menus in my Sims restaurants. Like I get so excited, I want to put loads of them. I know we have 2 gelatos, but the reason I want to have 2 is in my mind, this place, maybe they make like 2 flavors daily and they like sort of rotate them out. It's like a seasonal thing. And they like switch out. So it's not the same gelato every night at the restaurant. It's like a different. I think that's kind of cool. And that would probably happen too. Okay. I know there are other fancy things, but I think the cheesecake with the wine tasting is gonna be fun. So I want to keep the cheesecake. I think I'm overthinking this. Should we say it's done? I love that the drink menu is the longest part too. Like that's so exciting. I don't think that the appetizer, I mean there's a couple, like we have this, that's like a fancy appetizer. Oh, there's a glacier infused iceberg lettuce. I mean, we could like really limit the dessert or the this menu too. And they still have breadsticks though, but then it's like the really fancy. I wanted the shrimp cocktail though. Did I have the shrimp cocktail before? Oh, now I've gone and done it. I don't know what I had. Oh. I want my soup too. I think you need to have a soup. Which one would, if you had to get rid of one of them? I don't know about the savory bacon love petals. And that way it's just one row of dishes again. You think the fruit gel? Oh, really? I think the fruit gel is giving like really fancy restaurant. I would never want to eat that. It kind of grosses me out, but I feel like it kind of has fancy. The love petals were pretty. Oh, you thought so? Okay, they can have no fruit gel because I like the honeyed world fruit charcuterie. I think a glacier infused iceberg lettuce, that's so giving, like, this is a really expensive restaurant. And like, no guys, it's a deconstructed iceberg salad, but it's got glacier water. So therefore it's $40. And it's just like a piece of lettuce. They didn't even cut it. There's no dressing, like. Yeah, almost the soup doesn't feel fancy enough. But at least it's vegetarian safe, which is good. And the breadstick, like, we need to have bread. What other kind of soups? There's like butternut squash soup. This is not vegetarian safe. Yeah, soup-wise, it's either that or the butternut squash, I think. Yeah, because this is like seafood, so. Yeah, is the soup, there's more soup options for the main course, but I really want to have a super short menu, so. I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna say that it's, oh, I was gonna get rid of the fruit gel. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna say that it's done. A soup or short menu, get it? Haha. Do I need any more drinks? No. Stop. Let me show you around. And now onto the uniforms. We probably could do that too, but let me show you the build first and then I'll do the uniforms. Oh God. It's so funny how much I stress about this. Okay, this is what it looks like on the outside though. Oh, Snap's here. I didn't notice. If you see any more bugs, let us know, okay? Have we saved? I don't remember, but I'll do it now, just in case. Me? Overthink? No. I never overthink anything. Calm, cool, and collected is what they call me. Oh, I did just save. Okay, good. Anyway, it's what the outside looks like. So we have a lot of these grapevines everywhere. Those are debugged from Horse Ranch. They don't actually do anything. It just looks cool. It kind of makes it look like a vineyard, basically. And then when you walk a little bit forward, you enter into this kind of cute courtyard in front of the restaurant. A couple of benches for you to stargaze in. And then you can go out this way and you can sit by the fire pit, or you could harvest like some grapes and things because you can make nectar here if you wanted to. So we've got a couple of things out here for you to grab there. And then you can come inside. There's a couple of menus out here. You can walk in, check in at the restaurant. You could sit here if your table's not ready, but there's a selection of tables in the main room. Lots of nectar on display everywhere. Obviously, it's a really main part of the building. But this is like the dining room part. And then when you come further this way, this is where they do the shows. So they hire like musicians to come and play. And they have a little stage and like kind of, this is more like lounge seating, I picture, back here in this corner. There's also a couple of bathrooms. There's multiple of these supply closets for you to woohoo in, but there's one right here and one right here, kind of just like a little plain hallway. And off on this side, this is the bar. So they've got like all of their wine bottles in the cooler. They have their bar. Lilith Pleasant is working it, I guess. And then if you come out the back, there's some more places to sit and eat dinner. There's a little dance floor, another fire pit, and also a woohoo blanket in case you need one. Oh yeah, I was gonna put ceiling paint and then I forgot. I literally even had one in mind that I wanted to use and then I got distracted and never actually put it down. I want to use the one from the Modern Luxe kit. I was picturing putting like this in here. I'll put it in all of it. Why not? But then probably not in the basement. I feel like that kind of sells the fancy restaurant. You're leaving? Okay. Whatever. Whatever. But yeah, so out here there's a few places to sit and eat dinner too. If you go up this staircase, there's kind of just like a hallway. To the left, this is like the functional part of the restaurant, the kitchen, and like the waiters can use this area. There is a fridge up here too. And then over on this side, this room is kind of like a flex room. In my mind, you could host a funeral here. You could maybe swap it out for a wedding arch and get married in here. It's not really meant to be a wedding location. It's more meant to be a funeral location. But you could have a club gathering in here if you so desired. It's just kind of like a nice flex area. I feel like also in real life, this restaurant would probably let you rent out the room for like if you wanted to have like a dinner party. Your like wedding reception could be in the party room of the restaurant. Like that kind of thing. Like people rent out group spaces in restaurants. So it's just a room that can be reconfigured. Your baby shower, like any of those kind of things you could do in there. Birthday party, I guess. I just like the idea of a flex space like that. And then if you go into the basement, the staircase is right here next to like the lounge seating. In the basement, this is kind of like the chef's table, we're thinking, but you can actually make nectar, and they're obviously making nectar down here, but people can pay to come watch. And then they also have a place to store it, and you could woohoo in here if you wanted. Baby shower at the Vineyard is nuts. I didn't even think about that. Somebody else said it, and I just went with it. But baby shower at the Vineyard is maybe not... I mean, in The Sims, there's no alcohol. Like, it's just juice. So anybody can drink it. But yeah, baby shower at the Vineyard is probably not, like... Everybody else can have the wine. Everybody else can. That's true. Only one person there can't drink. So, but that's what it looks like. I'm really proud of this place. I think the outside looks really beautiful. So I'm glad that we built it. I am gonna put it on the gallery. I'm gonna lose my mind. I just like, why? What even is that? It's the light post? That's even worse. I thought it was like a tree trunk for a really tall tree. It being a light post is even worse. I love The Sims 4. I love it. Okay. What do we want to say in the description? I built a vineyard restaurant for Tartosa. This lot could also be swapped to a lounge or bar. It has all the lot requirements for both. Let me add in, it serves an extremely fancy and expensive dinner menu and exclusive local nectar. I don't know. Yeah, I really wish that you could change this, or if I could like, I don't know, if I could change the angle of it myself. It literally, if it was zoomed in or like scooted forward this much, it would not have the light post in the way anymore. Hashtag funeral home, hashtag. There is also an event space upstairs that is currently set up for a funeral, but could be easily adjusted to host weddings, parties, or other gatherings. How about that? Yeah, even if there was just a couple options. Oh wait, I was gonna try and change their outfits. That's right. I nearly forgot. Let's do that first. Or baby showers. Exactly. I don't think you can throw a funeral restaurant, no, Brooke, but that's why I made it so you can swap the lot type. It has all the lot requirements for lounges and bars, because sometimes it's like better to have, sometimes like the restaurant doesn't quite work right and you want it to be a lounge instead. So I made it so you can easily change the lot type and it still is functional for all of that. I actually like the host outfits, but I think I might just add another one just to see. What are baby showers? It's like a party that people throw for an expecting parent. The idea is like shower them with gifts, and you might buy them like diapers and like help buy the high chair and like gifts for the parents. But usually it's just to celebrate the person having the baby. They do like wedding showers sometimes too, where people like genuinely, it's often like they're gifting the bride stuff. I think that like the historical seriousness of that was that you're like making sure that she's all set up and okay before she gets sent off with some random scary guy. Because she's now like property of him instead. But I think that it's about showering them with gifts basically. But the joke about having the baby shower at the Vineyard is like, well, pregnant people can't drink, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, that's all that means. Not everybody has one. Oftentimes other people will throw them for you. Like when you hear about wedding showers, a lot of times it's like your future mother-in-law threw you a wedding shower party. Like stuff like that goes on. But I didn't have one. Some people do, I don't know. It's a cultural thing, I guess. Okay, I want to have like a nice suit. Kind of like this, but cuter. Oh, your cousin was like a surprise party for her? That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, I went to, not the same, really, but when I was a kid, we were like 8, maybe, I was in elementary school, and one of my friends was having a baby sister, and so her mom threw her like a kiddie baby shower, kind of like exciting news, you're getting a sibling. And so they invited like all of her friends instead of like the mom's friends. They did one for like the daughter to like make her more excited about having a sibling, I guess. And then sometimes you'll play like little games. Like one of the games that I remember playing is they had a bunch of diapers and they like put baby food in the diapers. So it looked like there was like poop in the diapers. And we had to try and guess what, like by smelling it, what the baby food was that was in the diaper. Which is kind of weird looking, like sniffing this diaper. But they play like, it's like a funny baby themed game. I don't know. I have a vivid memory of that though, because it was so weird. But like people do stuff like that sometimes, like little games at these sort of things. Baby shower games just kind of are weird, I think. They do it with chocolate bars too. Yeah, I bet that happens. Did it with Nutella. See, that feels a little bit better because sometimes baby food smells nasty. But it was fun, and I think that my friend was really excited about it. I don't remember exactly, but she must have been. It was fun, so. Okay, let's look at suit jackets. Ooh, I like that because it has like the sort of wine color. Your British and baby showers are new here. Are they really? I guess that makes sense. I feel like, and I don't want to make a sweeping generalization about British weddings either. I've only been to 2, 1.5 almost, because I haven't been to the second one yet, but I've been invited. It's going to be in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I feel like there's a lot less, I don't know. A lot of times at American weddings, there's a lot of like extra events. Like they'll have a brunch the day after the wedding, and they might have the rehearsal dinner the day before, and like a welcome party if guests are traveling, and it's like a 4-day thing all of a sudden. That is not my experience with British weddings. But your days are much longer. Like when I went to Dan's brother's wedding, the ceremony was at like noon, and then the wedding ended at like midnight, which is not what happens here. Usually it starts like in the afternoon, the actual wedding part. But it kind of depends like who's getting married, so. But it was a long, long day. But plus like we were there early, you know. But I want to get some nice jeans. You know what I do like is at the British wedding singular I've been to, they make a big show of signing the papers, like in front of everybody. So like at Dan's brother's wedding and like at other people's that I've seen pictures of, they have like a really nice table set up at the front of the room. So they have, you know, maybe like an arch or something in the front where they actually do the ceremony. But then afterward, they go and sit at the table and they like take pictures and have all these nice photos of them signing the papers to like actually be legally married. And they don't really do that here. Like it's not really a big, like the paper part of it is not really a big thing. Like no one really like watches that happen or, you know. But I like that like they make a show of it and they have a table for it and it's like all set up and part of it. But yeah, no one really does that here. But anyway, that bit is staged. They sign the papers officially privately. Do they really? That's so interesting. But I think it's cute to have pictures of that though, like official photos of that. I'm being so slow with picking out the outfits. This is not the most formal, but it is kind of trendy and cute. What do you think? You had photos of signing a fake one? I like that. Yeah, at the wedding that I just had in February, we have been legally married already. I have like some phone photos that my mom snuck from the back of the room of us signing the papers at the courthouse. But not really the same thing. No, I don't like those either. Oh, these are nice. What do you think? Yeah, the pants, if they were darker, would be cuter. I like how they had some pattern to them. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, let's get a necklace too. No, you can take photos at the courthouse, but I don't know. Like when we went to the courthouse, we had a first of all Zoom meeting with them to get the license like 3 days before or something. I forget when exactly before. So that was kind of weird, but it was also COVID, so I think that was part of it. We had to do a Zoom meeting with them and like show our IDs on the Zoom call and all this stuff to get the license. And then when we actually went there, I don't know, it feels very informal given how serious of a thing that you're doing. Like you just walk up to the counter, you're like, hey, we have an appointment to get married, and they're like, okay, wait in those folding chairs right there for a second, I'll go get the person. And it's like, okay, sign right here. You're just like standing at like, you know, like a county office kind of place, and they've got like a glass barrier and they slip you a paper and you, so, but it feels very, I don't know. For how serious it is, it felt very like casual, I guess, in some ways. I don't know if that makes sense. It just seems so normal. Like you're just there talking to someone for a second. Yeah, it was weird. Pearls? Oh, pearls. Absolutely pearls. Maybe a ring too. Okay, that'll be yours then. Oh yeah, like with your name change, it probably is similar. Very similar situation with the name change probably, where like to you it's like this momentous giant occasion and it's like the biggest thing you're gonna do, and then to them it's just like, okay, sign here. Next, you know? It's so funny. Yeah, when you had yours in 2020, you were like, that's it? That it's over? Yeah. Yeah, so that to the people that's doing it, it's just like another Tuesday, you know? It doesn't really... Okay, so let's get maybe like a suit jacket with no tie. Oh, I kind of like this. That could be cool. Should he have black pants? I don't know. You paid the final invoice for your wedding today? Oh my gosh. Well, hey. Scary, yes, but oh, this is cute. That kind of matches the vibes of the other one too. Scary, yes, but now the big stuff is paid for. So when you think about it, the wedding is free. That's not how that works. But you can tell yourself it is. You see? Okay, I like that. Girl math. Yeah, I never changed my name when we got married. I don't really have any intention of changing my name ever either. Okay, those are chosen. Those are the hosts. Let me see about the waiters' outfits too. Maybe I'll save first though. Just in case. Kept yours too? Yeah, I mean, God, my last name is literally Sims. Like, not a lie, not kidding. From birth, my name is Kayla Sims. Why? I'm not changing that. Like, I'm just not. Beyond it being a hassle, like, that's literally my name. Like, I just can't, like, I was born for this. Like, I can't get rid of that. So, no, it just can't happen. And like, Dan doesn't want to change his name, and I don't like, why should he have to? Who cares? So, yuck. Oh, maybe you could wear the dark purple, because that kind of fits like the wine color, the purple of the house. Dan's last name is Grenander, Cassidy. Everyone always asks how to pronounce it. Everybody's like, I think it scares people because it's kind of long. But people get thrown off. They don't know how to say it. When they see it written down, they're like, ooh, what's that? But it's like said exactly as it's written. It's just because it's long. It's like, oh, I'm kind of scared to say it. Does yours get mispronounced all the time? Yeah, Dan's gets mispronounced all the time too. It's not Duck. Oh, Dan, his real last name is Duck. You weren't pronouncing it that way? That's fine. Don't worry. Dan's last name got mispronounced at his graduation, and he even had to submit one of those things to say, like, here's how you say it, you know, for his graduation ceremony, and they called him Grenader. My sister's name got said wrong at her graduation too. Her name also always gets said wrong. Her name is Shanna, like Hannah, kind of, but Shanna, and she gets called Shayna nonstop, every single time. Also Shauna a lot, but mostly Shayna, which I think is weird because in what world is S-H-A-N-N-A Shayna? No. There's two N's. You want to call him Grenadine? Yeah. He gets that a lot too. But anyway, it's not the worst thing in the world. Some people have their names pronounced even more wrong than that, so. Let's just do some black shoes. Yeah, I can understand the Shauna mispronunciation more than the Shayna one, when she gets called Shauna by accident. But Shayna I can't get behind. Your sisters were made as Shayna, but spelt like Shanna? Is it really? I've never seen that before. Gotta tell my sister about that. Okay. I think I like how that looks. I'll keep the chef's outfits. Maybe I could put the chefs in black. I'm gonna try it. I guess I could just change this swatch to be black. Oh, I see. Isn't that nice with the black and the white accents? Oh, I like that, Bunny. I've heard of people doing stuff like that. And I think that's nice to like basically pick like a, you know, completely separate name that you all like and agree on, and then choosing it together as like your family name. You know, my name, I get called Kyla a lot. Like in public by strangers and stuff. Which I didn't really, I don't know. It's only the last like 5 or 6 years that started happening, but I get called Kyla all the time. Like, you know when you have to like put your name on something that you've ordered and like they call it out? I get called Kyla all the time. But I can see that a little bit, but Kylason, you know? I also think that the name Kyla is getting more popular. Like, I feel like I'm seeing babies being called Kyla. And Layla. The name Layla is getting very popular. I know more than one baby. I know more than one baby called Layla. And I didn't know any Laylas growing up. But now I know 2. Little ones. Okay. I think it's ready to be uploaded now. Oh, nope. These reset. Okay. I think it's ready to be uploaded now. You work in a school in the UK and you know many Kyla and Laylas, really? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. 2 bathrooms, Tartosa Vineyard. Sorry about the gallery photo. No, I won't say that. I'll just leave it. Sims 4. Okay, ready? You've got a cousin Lila. Oh, I like the name Lila. That's cute. That is cute. All right, it is uploaded. Somehow, this took me an extra hour. I feel like I was done with it an hour ago. And then we spent all the rest of the time figuring out the menu and the outfits. But that's okay. Because it's so pretty. I'm glad we built this. So now, you know, maybe I should go place it in, because I have I built this because I wanted to put it in my very veggie save, so we could go put it now. Ooh, I like that, Lynn, that's cute. Oh, that's true, there was also the bug incident. That slowed us down. Yeah, that's true. The bug incident did, throw us off a little bit. Yeah, I get that. I get that totally. Are you really C4? That's interesting. When I was in high school, I used to get called like Katie and like Caitlin, Kaylee, like that sort of thing a lot, but that's not really a mispronunciation. It's just them being like, it's one of them K names, you know? So I used to get called the wrong name in that sense a lot in high school, but just from people like, you know, kind of forgetting. Oh, you get called Diana and you're Deanna? That's annoying. You can't win with that one. That's hard. All right, let me bulldoze this and place the new thing down. My library. Tartosa Vineyard Restaurant. Oh, I hate when people do that. When they like assume that your name is a shortened version, or they call you a nickname, like when you haven't given them permission to do it. It's like if Dan were to say, "Hey, I'm Daniel," and then somebody went, "Oh, hi, Danny, nice to meet ya." And it's like, well, you weren't. Okay. Dan hates Danny. He does not want to be called Danny. Like he's Daniel or Dan. He's been like trying out Daniel more lately. Like all the wedding stuff, he was telling people, like the photographer, "Hi, I'm Daniel." Like he's trying out Daniel sometimes, but Dan hates Danny. Uh-oh, my dad heard me say that. You can't tell my dad stuff like that now. Now we're in for it. Uh-oh. But he doesn't like to be called. Oh no, I didn't mean to go into cow. It's like how I do not want to be called Kay. I think K is awful. Like I'm not good with my name being shortened to K. You can call me Kayla, you can call me Simsie, but I do not want to be called K. I don't like that. I don't know why either. That's not my name. Like, I don't want it. Why it keeps resetting my outfits? Are my presets fine? Yeah. Okay. Vineyard is placed. Oh, you can call me Kayak too, that's fine. That's fine. You can add the extra letters and it's okay. No, that's the thing. K is just not, that's not me. I'm not K. It doesn't suit me. Oh, I gotta get rid of you. Sorry. Oh, that's Morgan Ember. Uh-oh. Well, I built a whole park to put right there, so you have to go away. Going by just Law. There's someone I know that's name is Kayla, and her nickname is Lala. And I think that's kind of cute. I had never thought about that until I saw her do it, and I was like, oh, Lala, I like that. It's cute, right? But yeah, I've never been called that either. I've always just been Kayla. All right, this is the park that I built yesterday. This is in my very veggie save. I was just placing them down so we have it. You have the name K associated with your old neighbor when you were a child. Yeah, well, I kind of have that too. Like my parents had this friend who like used to be their neighbor before I was even born. Like I never even lived near her, but she was friends with my parents pre-Kayla, and then her name was Kay. And then like we would hang out with her sometimes like when I was a kid. And to me, Kay is her. That like lady who knows my mom, you know? I'm not Kay, she's Kay. So I think that's part of it too, is I already know a Kay and like that's her name. Okay. Speaking of Kay, okay. I think it's all placed now. Well, this has been fun. I'm glad that we finished it. The timing worked out pretty well. I'll forever be Kayak. I'm good with Kayak. I used to get called Kelly a lot on the internet too. As a joke. Like it started off with like Kayla autocorrecting to Kayak sometimes. Or like misspellings of Kayla autocorrecting to Kayak. And people would call me like every K word and name that isn't K. Like Kraken, Kaleidoscope, you know, Kellogg. I'd get called like anything that's like a K name, like Kansas, I don't know. People would call me all kinds of things. And that's fine too. Whatever it is. Kaleidoscope was kind of funny. But sure. Kelly was the most common one though. Oh, your name is Keely. You always get called Kelly. That's annoying. It's like, it's annoying to be called the wrong name, just no matter what. If I ever meet you at TwitchCon, I'll call you Kellogg. That's fine. You can do that. I got my TwitchCon ticket yesterday. I knew I was going to TwitchCon, but I'm going to be on a panel, and I couldn't talk about it until now, but I can now. I'm going to be on a charity streaming panel again. But now, because I'm on a panel, I got a TwitchCon ticket for free. So now I'm registered for TwitchCon officially. I'm on the website. I should have a meet and greet at TwitchCon again this year too, but I don't know what day it will be yet. They asked if I wanted to do one, and I was like, yeah, I'll do one again, but I don't know what day it'll be. But I have a panel and a meet and greet at TwitchCon. And hopefully nothing else. If I get asked to do more panels, I'll probably say no. I'll do those ones though. Sometimes like right before the convention, there'll be like really last minute things popping up because like somebody probably dropped out. So they're like, hey, can you do this? And it's like scary stuff with people I don't know, and I'm can't do that. Yeah, the panel is it's with a few people you would know, like Rosanna, who streams The Sims, like Spring Sims. Study Time is on it. Smirky is on it. I'm scared that I'm gonna not tell you the full list. Let me check again. No, that's all of us. Yeah, I got all of us. Those 5. I don't want to leave somebody out by accident, but gonna talk about charity streaming. Let's hope for no shark costumes. Yeah, fingers crossed no sharks climbing on the stage this time around. If you don't know that story, when I went to VidCon a couple years ago, I haven't been to VidCon since. I know. It's time for dinner. Hold on. I'm talking about sharks. I went to VidCon a couple years ago, and I was on this panel. What was it about? Was it just about streaming? I think it was, right? Do you remember? I think she said it was. But it was on the, like, a bunch of big streamers were on the panel. It was like Dream was on the panel. Ooh. But it was like big people. And because of that, I think it was like maybe a target for people to kind of try and troll. But this guy walks up to the front. He's like, it's like the main stage at VidCon. Like, so it's big, middle of the room, like loads of people are in there. And this guy in a shark costume walks up, and there's like a barrier, like a barricade in front of the stage. And he starts yelling. And I couldn't really hear what he was saying, like, because the microphone is like the other way, and like it's so loud in the room. I mean, it's inside of the Anaheim Convention Center, and it's right literally in the middle of it. Like, there's the con floors all around. Very poor location for a panel, but whatever. He starts yelling at us, and then the man climbs over the fence and climbs onto the stage and yells at us. I'm sorry that this is so vulgar. I'm gonna repeat it though, because it's so unhinged. He said, "Have you ever seen a fish's balls before?" And then grabbed himself and started doing the worm. Security, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere around. No one does anything until, I know, it was Wild Snap. Sorry, she's really yelling. When she does this, it's kind of scary. But until Dream's private security guard, like the person that he hired and brought with him, walked up, I kid you not, picks the shark up, like, whoop, picked him up. The man is flailing and walks him off the stage. And then we just kept doing the panel like nothing happened. Snap does not like that story. And it's kind of funny now, but at the time, when he like approached the stage and was yelling, you like, what if he had a weapon? Like, you just don't know what this person is going to do. And yeah, he's in a shark costume, like he's probably just messing around, but you don't know who this person is. And the fact that he could get onto the stage and like be able to do that, like, it's kind of scary. So that's not a very good look for VidCon to have allowed that to happen. But anyway, now it's funny because everybody was fine and he was just like messing around in hindsight, but you just don't know at the time, like when he's coming up to you, what he's gonna do, so. Dream security saving the day. I know. Well, the fact that he had to do that, like, well, it's a good thing that they had private security. It makes sense for a person like with that fame level to hire a private security person to bring around the con anyway. Anyway. Well, I'm sorry I told you that story. I'm sorry I said that on stream. But yeah, that was at VidCon. TwitchCon I haven't had an experience like that at, so. No, Dream's a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't really know, I've never, like, I don't think he even knows me. But I happened to be on a panel with him. Those panel things are weird, like, sometimes, I'm not trying to diss anybody, but like, sometimes when you're on a panel, like, people really make an effort to befriend each other for the panel. Other times, people show up and then leave without speaking to you. So like, sometimes you just don't know them, and you have like, when you go to a convention like that, usually VidCon is like, hey, for us to pay for your flight, you need to do like so many things, like a meet and greet and 2 panels or whatever to like justify the cost of you being there. So you just kind of get put on stuff. So, anyway, interesting time. Interesting throwback. I haven't been to VidCon since. Not really on purpose though. I feel like VidCon's just kind of been at a weird time past couple of years. I would go again, but I don't know. I feel like the one year it was the same time as TwitchCon EU, and I wanted to go to TwitchCon EU instead, and then but I would consider going back to VidCon, mostly because I would like to have a free flight to Anaheim so I could have an excuse to go to Disneyland again. Because VidCon is like right next to Disneyland, like within minutes of Disneyland, like less than 10 minutes. So if you want me to go to VidCon again, like, I'll go. I'll be there. It's just, it can't be at the same time as TwitchCon. And also, there's always a Sims pack in like June, July, and that's when it seems like VidCon keeps happening. Okay, well, I think I'm probably gonna end the stream here. Low-key the superior Disney? You can't say that, I'm from Orlando. Yeah, Anaheim is doable by train from San Diego, but I probably wouldn't, like, I don't know. I don't really want to, TwitchCon is like a big enough, I feel like less goes on for me at VidCon. I'm not busy at VidCon, I'm busy at TwitchCon. I think because VidCon is like kind of falling off a little bit, which is part of it. So I have like I'm not really in the mood to go on an extra trip after TwitchCon, you know? It's like I don't really want to have to, I wouldn't want to extend that trip. But it is kind of true. I feel like conventions in general are kind of falling off. I think what's different about TwitchCon is that I think that VidCon wants to be a creator convention still, but like most creators don't really have an interest in going unless they're being given like free stuff. Whereas TwitchCon, whether you watch streams or you are streams, and a streamer, most of the time there's a big overlap. Like there's a bigger desire to go to TwitchCon, I think, because there's more of like a community focus. It's not just like, oh, I watch this streamer. I watch the streamer and I also have friends from the streamer's Discord server and they're going to be there too. So it feels like a bigger, I don't know, there's like more justification for most people that go to TwitchCon. It feels like you get more out of it if you are a big into Twitch kind of person. But not everybody is. But a lot of people who watch Twitch like are really into Twitch, right? Like they watch like loads of streamers, all their friends are on Twitch. And so if that's you, like that, there's value in TwitchCon for that reason. But there isn't, like, that doesn't really happen at VidCon as much. So it's you're really into Twitch? Yeah, me too. Yeah, but like 2018 VidCon era, different time. It was a different time. Yeah, I think that like the viewership on YouTube is a little bit more casual, and also they're trying to they're obviously having like people from TikTok and stuff come in, and I think that the relationship, not between everybody on TikTok and their audience, but there's a different kind of relationship between like a Twitch streamer and their audience and a TikTok creator and their audience, because it feels a little bit more personal. Like we sit here and we talk for 3 hours straight. We recognize usernames. Like it's just kind of different. And so you might have less of a desire to go and meet those people from TikTok than you would your streamer, just because it's kind of a different relationship because of the kind of content that it is. It just feels more personal because we're sitting here together all at the same time, you know? But anyway, I like TwitchCon. I don't know what day my meet and greet is, though. I saw somebody just ask. They didn't tell me yet. I think they're still trying to schedule it. I specifically asked them, I said, I would love for my meet and greet to not be on the same day as my panel. So my panel, I think, is on the Saturday. I don't remember. It might be on Saturday. It's on the schedule. So it might not be on Saturday. It also might be. I don't know how much control I have over that. I've never really asked them for things like that. I don't think they'll stream the panel. It's not going to be a big time panel. It's not like one of their heavy hitters, you know? They have like panels at TwitchCon that are like the big names doing like some kind of show. This is a panel about charity streaming. Like, I don't think they're going to put budget into it. So I don't think it'll be streamed. But panels make me a little bit nervous, Macaroni. I don't know. It kind of depends what it's about and like who it's with. Because there's always a level of, like, it's public speaking, so it's kind of scary, but if you know the people that are on the panel, it doesn't feel as bad. It kind of feels more like a conversation. And also, I feel pretty confident talking about charity streaming. Like, if there's one thing I could do a panel on, honestly, with, like, zero prep, I could walk in right now and do a panel about charity streaming. You know, like, I would prep for it, but if I had to, like, I could do that now. So, without even thinking about it, like, I could just talk about it for couple hours if I needed to. So I feel fine about it with this. It will be all right. Okay, let me go see who all is live though, so we can find somebody to raid. I know, I would love to go to TwitchCon Rotterdam next year too, geeks. I don't know if they've said what day it is, but this year TwitchCon Rotterdam was the last 2 days of my fundraiser. And I can't, I can't leave. Yeah, I can't just, up and fly to Europe the last 2 days of my fundraiser. So, May is just not in the cards for me. If they do it in June, I could go. Yeah, we're going to play Peak tomorrow. Me, Shella, and Dan, and possibly Tony. I didn't actually confirm if Tony's playing or not. Me, Shella, and Dan are playing Peak tomorrow. I've never played Peak. I don't know how to play Peak. I've even kind of avoided spoilers of Peak, but we're going to try it. Everybody loves Peak. If you haven't seen it yet, me too. But, everybody is obsessed with it. My friends are in deep. They play every day, both on and off stream. They'll, stream it and then get off and keep playing. Everybody is, so obsessed with Peak. It's kind of like New Among Us sort of vibes. People are playing a lot of group stuff doing it. It's kind of like silly goofy, but a little bit of a challenge to try and reach the peak or whatever. But yeah, most people that I've spoken to are like actually obsessed with peak. So I think that you'll probably like it. We'll play that tomorrow for the first time. Yeah, Glue On loves it. Like literally everybody that I've heard talk about it just has like rave reviews. Everybody's like super excited about it. So you watched Momo play this morning, exactly. And it's not very expensive. I bought it on Steam. I forget how much it cost, but I feel like it was like $7 or something. Like $7.99, $8. It was $8, which is good. You like to see that. $8. You're playing Peak right now. There you go. Anyway, I'll be here at like this time tomorrow. We'll play some more Peak. I'm gonna go and raid. Maybe. Oh wait. My friend Hankster Girl is playing Peak. I don't know who she's playing with. Maybe it's alone. I'm not sure. Is that a capybara? Guys, I've never seen this. I've tried to avoid it a little bit. No, go back. Oh, we'll never see it again. Anyway, well, we can go raid this and watch Peak. How about that? She's trying to get the badge. Oh, interesting. We will find it tomorrow. Okay. I'm ready, Shella. I'm excited about it. Anyway, have a great rest of your night. Thank you for sitting with me today, everybody. It's been fun. I shall see you tomorrow afternoon. Shella, is Tony playing? I don't know if she'll answer. I guess we'll never know. Who's to say? Maybe. If we die. Okay. It's not promising. Shella, the way she's been talking about it to me, it's kind of scary. Like, she was saying things like, maybe you want to practice, like, you might want to, she's kind of freaking me out. Anyway, I'll probably die, but that's okay. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna actually go now. Goodbye! And stop streaming.